Hey, Taylor, are you here for Leaders Lead the podcast? Let's go. Hey, how did you beat me? Look, let me tell you about this podcast. We got like 5 seconds. Leaders Lead the podcast is about leadership. Not just the leader without, but the leader within. All of these leaders that I'm talking to across the country, well, across the world now, they have one thing in common, and that's that they have overcome some insurmountable obstacles to get to where they're at today. Come on, let's go. And we are back. Welcome to Leaders Lead the podcast. I am super excited. Today we have somebody that I've been watching on the interwebs, more exactly Instagram, for a long time. Her content is phenomenal. You scroll and you just immediately you're going to stop. You're going to see a bunch of vibrant colors, and it's just going to make you happy. You're going to see this bright smiling face. Usually there's like some funny comical pose, but I really believe that there is healing in laughter. There's healing in movement. There's healing in community. And that's what this show is about. This show is about a community. And I want to welcome Jordan Wentz to our community. She is a fitness expert. She's a movement therapist. She's a dancer, and she's America's hype girl. Hey, welcome.
Hey, thank you. What a great introduction. That was so sweet. I feel so flattered. It's so loved.
No, I meant it. I meant every word of it.
Yeah.
I scroll through your content quite a bit, and just from scrolling, I can just knowing what I've been going through in my life the past few years, the ups and downs, the big wins when it comes to business, the big blows when it comes to the professional stuff and supporting different people. And there's what struck out for me was I just get this feeling that you didn't wake up like this. I get this feeling that there's something deeper that drives what you got going on. And I see joy. Is that joy that I see? Is that joy?
I do. I have a lot of joy, and you are right. I mean, I had a happy upbringing, but I think like anybody, I had my fair share of, really traumatizing things that happened to me that kind of helped shaped, who I am and who I was, and really, I mean, and have still shaped me, but in a way that I had a lot of baggage. I had a lot of just stuff that I hadn't dealt with, and anything that we have from our past that we don't deal with, it's going to come back. It's going to come back, and it's things that are left undealt with are going to, they're going to be a recurring theme in your life, and whether you realize it or not, they'll be affecting you. And so it's really important to deal with those things, and it has taken me a lot. It's taken me many years, but I do feel in a very great place now. I feel like, I have I have healed. I feel, closure with all of my trauma, and not to say that things don't still come up, but yeah, I mean, I'm leading a joyous life, and I have movement and mindset to thank for that.
Wow. Wow. I love that. I start just kind of when you're talking, I start thinking about when you said when you don't deal with the things that are bothering you, the things that are taken away from your joy. I just start thinking about the whole deal with you start stuffing stuff inside of you, stuffing stuff inside of you, and you start doing certain things. For me, if I'm not dealing, back when me just totally not dealing with my life and the things that were going on in my life, the only thing that I had control of was what I was putting in my mouth, right? So instead of making it a positive thing, and having that controlled chicken breast rice, the stuff that I should have been eating back then.
Yeah.
Being a professional athlete for a little while. But what I chose to do was I went the other route, and I would do unhealthy stuff. Like I did that. I played video games probably excessively. I stayed up all night, just things that wasn't healthy. And so you're talking about dancing, right?
Mm.
Is that what you've instead of doing unhealthy things, is that kind of what's helped you?
Yeah, so I mean, I have a long history of you know, partying like crazy. I was drinking a lot, some substance abuse, and I even from a young age, I wasn't confident in who I was. I didn't love myself enough, and I was just didn't feel like I had fully understood myself and really grown into myself yet. So despite the fact that I was dancing in high school and I was in the best shape of my life, much like you said, the only thing that I could control was what I put in my mouth. So here I was, looking back in retrospect with the most banging body I've literally ever had in my life. I have pictures to prove it. I thought it was,
Funny.
I
You
thought,
said the most
right,
banging body you've ever had
right.
in your life.
Yeah, no, seriously, I look at it now, I'm like, look at those chiseled abs. Like I've got some abs now, but they're not that defined.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, just looking at that and knowing that at that time in that place, I didn't love myself enough to see how beautiful I was, from the inside out. And it was one of those things where I felt like I could control it, but no matter what I was doing to my body, it still didn't make me feel whole on the inside. And so, lots of unhealthy habits growing up. And yeah, I mean, movement is so I grew up dancing and I was a, competitive dancer, so I did that for a while, and that was really that helped shape my youth, and that was super fun. I learned a lot.
that's kind of a rough
Um,
sport for a kid, right?
um, yes and no. I mean, I think nowadays it's a little rougher because when I was growing up, the things that we did was, kids these days are like I mean, you just see all over social media the stuff that little kids are doing, like, is insane. There's, like, four-year-olds doing, like, backflips on BMX bikes and stuff, it's crazy. Um, but yeah, so, I mean, it was really good, and it taught me, a lot of discipline, but I was in a space where I was just kind of, like, going through the motions. I really enjoyed what I was doing, but at the same time, it wasn't until I had actually moved out to LA and had pretty much a total breakdown. I had hit rock bottom. I was partying like crazy. I ran out of money. I lost sight of what it was that I moved out here for, which was to dance professionally and to pursue a career beyond that. And I just had this evening where I was just like I just was crying, I was sobbing, and I didn't know what to do. And the only thing that I felt like I could do was turn on some music and dance. And although dance is something that was very familiar to me, I had never danced like this before. It was as if I put the music on and it was a song that I was feeling it was very in alignment with how I was feeling at that time. And I closed my eyes and I moved my body and I was just sobbing. And I still like to this day, I get emotional when I tell this story because it was such an incredible release for me. And it was in that moment where I realized it allowed me to remember remember who I was, remember what I'm doing, remember what I came here for, and I realized how powerful that was and how profound that was. And so although dance had been a part of my life, it was essentially like I had just rediscovered it. And I realized also in that moment that if dance could help me at dance and movement in that way, that it had such tremendous capacity to help others do the same, which is why I've made, in addition to dancing and acting and all the things that I'm doing to really make my life's work about sharing this and sharing this practice because it's movement medicine is what it is. And I mean, I can help you remove your stress from your life. I can help you move through trauma and clear that. I can help you get in the best shape of your life. I can help you love yourself and your body, and I can do that all through movement and mindset and basically dance parties, which a lot of people are talking about the mindset component, like, oh, do your affirmations and, talk good to yourself and all of these things. But nobody's really talking about movement and the fusion of
Mm.
of the two of those, and then doing it in a way that is fun because, as you saw on my social posts, I'm also have a clowning background. So I've done a lot of theatrical work. I've done a
I
lot
think
of
that's
like
dope.
actual like physical clowning work, which is so important to me because that archetype of the clown is so special, and it's something that many of us are estranged from, or we forget, or the just the, our sense of childlike play. And as we get older and we get busy with life and we get into the motion of doing things and work, we become so disconnected from that and our real, true, like pure joy. I mean, think about, when was the last time you played? And when I say play, I don't mean like played a video game or, like when's the last time you played?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I would probably say when my girls, yeah, probably when my girls were like little. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
us crawling on the floor. So
Yeah.
and that's interesting that you asked me that because I always go back to when I'm feeling down. I've been in the bed for a day and I'm just like, okay, I'm planning my strategy to get back up. What I do is I get on my bike because I get this thing going as far as the peripheral movement. I start getting new ideas. I start getting more insight. I go into nature.
Mhm.
Never been a dude like this before,
Mm,
but it takes a special. You go into um, a special place that we like to call rock bottom. It takes us
mm,
going to that place to figuring out, okay, how do we get out? And I'm noticing a
mm.
commonality in the way that a lot of people get out. They get out by doing the things that they love as a child. For me, riding a bike as a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing to go to all of my relatives in my family house in less than 24 hours on my bike. It was so cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now, I'm showing up at my friend's house. Hey, what's up? They're like, dude, you came all the way over here on your bike. And it takes me
Mhm.
to my childhood of just
Yeah.
and hanging out with folks in the community. Have is there anybody else that you've that that has kind of gone through the same thing? Because this is unique, and I want you to know that I think so highly of you because
Aw.
you're no, seriously, because you're out there doing what you do, and I see the things inside of your eyes that I wish I saw in my eyes when I was working in corporate. And the folks that are still stuck in corporate, I say stuck, I shouldn't say that because a lot of our listeners are in corporate. That our friends on the other side,
Right.
they don't have that. They don't have that in them where they love uh, what they do. Do you regret the going and being in rock bottom or hitting rock bottom?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, that's what it took for me to really find myself and really remember what I'm doing here, and my purpose. One of my many purposes, is to spread this, and is to spread the word and the joy of dance and movement. And, the like you said, the body remembers. Your body holds on to stuff. So if there are things that you're not letting go, or things that you're, haven't processed, your body is hanging on to that. So you can deal with that mentally, you can deal with that spiritually, emotionally, all of that. But if you don't deal with it physically within your body, there's going to be remnants of it. And, when you move your body, it allows that emotion to move through you.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. So it was just in that, so it was nothing that you studied. It was just you organically was like, okay, I feel like crap. I'm in a shit place. I'm gonna start moving my body.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a little like a little voice inside me, and again, like, I had danced before. It was just in that moment, that was the only thing I could do other than just, like, sit there and cry. So it felt good and it felt right, and but many people like, dance is an incredible activity to do when you're low on energy, because when you do it, movement creates energy. So you're creating energy. So, for example, if you're going to turn on a song and dance it out at the beginning of your day, which is how I start every morning, you're generating energy that's going to last throughout the day. You're waking yourself up, you're getting your blood pumping, you're getting yourself ready to go, and you're going to feel great. And guess what? You do that for one song, you just got 5 minutes of cardio without even realizing you got a workout in. So it's really a win-win.
Wow. That's cool. I'm
Mhm.
fascinated. I forgot for half a second that we're doing the podcast because I'm just
Right.
like, yeah, I'm just this is really good. I wish I had my pen. I would be writing this stuff down. Luckily, we're recording so I can come
Right.
back and watch it to apply it in my own life. That's why I love this show because I talk to, different amazing people all across the world, from neuroscientists, speakers, trainers. I was talking to a guy the other day. He's raising chimpanzees in
Oh,
Africa.
what?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I'm trying to get him on the show.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
incredible people. And every now and again, I get, these moments while I'm talking to folks such as yourself, like I'm getting right now, where I'm just like, yeah, I need to add that into my regimen, into my toolbox. I believe that it's
Yeah.
important to have a regiment like that because it seems like
Mhm.
it changed your life. It seems like it changed your life so much. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It No, it's okay. I mean, it absolutely did, and I'll give you another example of just how movement and dance has changed, the life of one of my clients is, I was working with him and he basically had the opportunity to live out his dream, which was, he's a super fan of this very famous artist, and he had the opportunity to dance on stage
I want to know
with
what this is.
her. Okay, okay, it's Shania Twain.
Beyonce? Oh, okay.
Shania Twain, yeah, yeah, he's been, like, a lifelong fan. So he
You
had
don't
the
have to edit this
opportunity.
out. He's not going to be mad
Right?
at me. Well,
No, 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 well, I'm not mentioning his name, so
okay.
we
Okay.
could call him Harold or something. Um,
Harold. Okay.
so he had this opportunity, right? And so he found me and he said, "Hey, I do not dance. I am the definition of don't dance. Like, I am terrified. I'm the worst person you've ever seen at dancing," which I hear from just most people that I start working with. Um, but basically, I worked with him on moving his body and becoming more confident with his body. And long story short, get him to show in Vegas opening night in Vegas. He hops on stage. He lives out his literally his lifelong dream of dancing right next to his absolute idol legend. And he did it. And there's a picture of him with a smile on his face. And he's like, yeah, on stage. I love that picture so much. It makes me so happy. And just to know the transformation. And it wasn't just that he learned how to dance. It was that through dance, he was able to learn how to have the confidence to do something that he has never done and never thought he would have done before. And that he had the trust in himself to trust and to get up there and do it, and the belief in himself to be like, you know what, I've got this, I can do this. Huge lessons there. And what an incredible opportunity that he was able to achieve, and it was through movement. And he contacted me shortly after that, and we'd been working together for a little while, and he said, "I have great news." He said, "I just quit my job, the one that was soul sucking." And he quit his job and he applied for his new job, his dream job, and he got it. And he said, "Thank you so much, because I could not have done this without the work that we did together. You gave me the confidence to do this." And it was just another moment where I'm like, look at that. It ripples is what it
Sounds
is.
like
It's
you
a
fixed his
ripple.
mind that too, I would
That
imagine.
speaks what?
Sounds like you fixed his mindset.
Yeah. I mean,
Sounds
he was
sounds like he went from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset just by doing that.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It was like there was nothing standing in his way after that. And it's really incredible to see what dance and movement can do. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. And when they're wanting to, progress in their career or have a better body or love themselves more, they don't. they don't think about dance and movement being the thing that's going to help get them there. But it really does teach you such life lessons, you know? The moment that you move your body, you're becoming more connected to yourself and you're becoming more aware. And whenever you free dance, which is one of my favorites, where you just put on a song you love that you're vibing with, close your eyes and just move. So it's not premeditated, there's no choreography, nothing
Mhm.
like that. I just want you to do you in that moment. And the moment that you start doing that, you start really discovering yourself, is what happens. I mean, you learn so much about yourself through allowing yourself to just free dance. And as I said before, you're building trust in yourself, you're building belief, you're building confidence in your movement and in your body. And it is just like so transformational. I can't even begin to tell you how incredible movement and mindset is. And this is why I've devoted my life to sharing it. You know,
Wow.
and you said something before about play, and I'm a firm believer that, whatever we do in life, if it's worth like, it should be fun. Our time on this great earth is far too short. So if we're not enjoying it, then what's the point? And I know a lot of people love working out, and if you love working out, if you love pumping iron, amazing, good for you. I also know a lot of people that don't. I know a lot of people that have a really hard time working out and moving their bodies. And whether they're trying to become their most fittest selves or they're just trying to like feel better in their skin, dance and movement is something that really doesn't feel like you're getting a workout, you know? And it's so much more than just exercise. It is literally up leveling your life
Yeah.
every time you do it.
I see, I see, I can see it. If I was a fortune teller right now, I would say I can see you being a dance therapist coach for like Will and Jada or somebody like that.
Yeah, I would love that. Bring it. I actually have worked with I've worked with some celebrities.
I would have,
Um
yeah.
yeah, and it's been cool. I have
Like
some
who?
non-disclosure agreements.
Oh,
So I can't actually share
just me and
some
it's
of
just
them,
me
but
and you.
you know. Um but yeah, I mean it's really incredible and it's so simple, you know? I mean the thing of it is like to get started with this, it's not like, of course you can come to me. I have a program, I have a free Facebook group that you can join where you guys can have access to a bunch of free workshops and coaching
Yeah.
and things like that. And it's totally free. And that Facebook group is called My Move Mentality Fam. And I'll make sure that you have that link so you guys can join that. That's for free. I'm also posting a ton of content every Monday on YouTube. So I'm coming out with new coaching, new movement practices, new mindset. So you guys can follow me there and check that out, or you can contact me directly and I would love to work with you. I have a really awesome program that I've created that really dives deep on unleashing your most badass self and getting out of your way and manifesting, and creating the life that you desire. And I do that through movement and
How
and
long is the
and
program?
mindset. It's a 3-month program.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we go really deep. I actually had a previous program that was 6 weeks, and I just realized that, like, this is not enough. There's too much, and I'm a really thorough person. I wanna go really deep, and I wanna be able to hold your hand through the process and just be very much there and be very present, which is why I've made it extended, basically made a new program and extended it and made it 3 months. But my point being is you can follow me, you can find me, and I'm happy to talk to you about any and all of those things. And I would love for you to come, join my community. But you don't have to do those things to get started. Like you can literally start a movement practice that will change your life right now, maybe not right now because you're watching this podcast, but tomorrow morning. And the morning is the best time to start because your morning sets your tone for the entire day. So let me give you a little exercise that you guys can try tomorrow morning.
I was gonna say, you're
First,
not gonna make me do it, are you?
yeah, no, we don't have to do it right now. But so the first step is I want you to give me 1 week, okay? Give me 7 days. I almost said 7 days.
7.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me, it's been a long day, but so give me 7 days and commit. But you have to do this for you. You can't do this for me. It has to be coming from a place of you actually really wanting transformation, whether that's healing from your trauma, whether that's less stress, more peace and calm, more joy, whether that's to be more in shape, whatever your reason is, you need to be committed. So make sure it's coming from a genuine place, and you need to be 100% committed, because if you're 99% committed, that is going to be far harder than if you were 100% committed. Because if you're 99% committed, that 1% is the 1% that will weasel your way out of it, that will come up with all kinds of excuses, that will literally hold you back
Oh
from
yeah.
being the person that you want to be. Okay. So don't be 99%, be 100%. Okay. So here's what you do: 1 week, you've got 7 days. Every single morning, I want you to give yourself 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes to put on a song that lights you up and makes you feel like your most badass rock star self. I want you to put that song on. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to dance and move around to it. Okay. And if you're like, I don't dance, I can't dance, I don't feel comfortable dancing, don't worry. It doesn't have to be dancey. I just want you to move your body. And there is no wrong that you can do here. So literally just closing your eyes, moving your body, and letting it happen, letting yourself experience it. Okay. And if you're like, oh, but I'm really busy, 5 minutes, that's all you need. And if that means you waking up earlier, then so be it. 5 minutes, that's all you really need.
I bet you're a tough
And
coach.
right. Tough love, that is. But with those 5 minutes, here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize is that we're so tied up in our lives. We're so, all in with our jobs. We give so much time and energy to our career and to our jobs and to our family and to our relationships. But how much time do you really give to yourself? What are you really doing for yourself? Like, what are you doing to care for yourself? And this 5 minutes that you give yourself every morning is going to do more for you than bubble baths and pedicures and all of those things. So
Even
I
better
want
than
you,
the bath bombs.
right? Better than the bath bombs. Yeah. And if you want to like really get the most out of it, then you can like do your 5 minutes of dance, and then you can take a little bath with the bath bomb after, and then you'll be like really, really good to go. But so everybody, I would love for you to try this, give yourself 1 week, just 5 minutes every single day, and let me know how it goes. I would love to chat with you about this. I'd love to chat with you more. You can find me on social media. I'm on Instagram a lot at My Move Mentality. I'm also on TikTok
The
at My Move
TikTok.
Mentality. Yeah, the TikTok. Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal.
Mhm.
Again, I appreciate you doing this. This has been amazing. You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram. Is it all My Movement Mentality, TikTok, Instagram?
Yeah, I know it's about a mouthful. It's My Move Mentality. So think of those 3 words, and then you just squish them all together. Yeah.
All
And
right.
yeah, I mean, I would love if you guys are interested in joining. I have that free Facebook group. It's an incredible resource. There's a ton of badass people in there that are just really on the same page as wanting to up level their life and just become their most confident, self-loving selves. And I'm in that group a lot. I'm posting lots of stuff, lots of workshops. There's a lot of exclusive content that I'm doing in that group. So I'd love for you guys to join. That's on Facebook. It's called My Move Mentality Fam. And yeah, I mean, if anybody would like to get to know me a little bit better, or have a chat, or if you're really interested in, you know, what I've been saying is that this is 2022, and I can feel this for myself, is that this is the year, and this is the year. Every year it gets better, but I really feel that this is the year that to get completely the F out of your way,
Mm,
and to
you can
really
say it.
know who you are, like to really know, remind yourself who the fuck you are, and be really solid with that, and know that this is your year to get out of it what you want to get out of it. No more playing small. If this whole pandemic has taught us anything, I think it's that life is too short to sit on the sidelines and be kind of like wishing and hoping and wanting your life to be a certain way and wanting yourself to be a certain way and not being that. So like, this is the year. Take this year to really step into who you are and who you want to be and the life that you're creating and the beautiful, like, it is yours to create, but you have to make the decision to want it bad enough to do it. And I'm making it really easy for you because if you're interested, you can schedule a free upgrade call with me where we'll take about 45 minutes and we'll map out a 5-part plan to really help you own your power and radically grow yourself with authenticity, grace, improvement, movement, and mindset strategy. And of course, a whole lot of fun. So if you want to really up level your life and yourself this year and become, your most confident, self-loving, badass self, then I invite you to schedule a free call with me. Let's chat. Let's figure some shit out.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
you can
love
do
it.
that. Yeah, you can do that at mymovementality.com/call. And yeah, I would love to chat with you.
I was going to
Mhm.
ask you before you go. Sounds like you're signing
Yeah.
off. We're not
No,
done
no,
yet.
we're good. We're good. Yeah, I got all night.
No. Just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, books. What kind of books do you read?
I love self-help books.
Okay.
Those are my jam. Those are my favorites. Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich.
Um,
Have you read that one?
which one?
Think and Grow Rich. Chicken Soup for the Soul.
I I Think and Grow Rich, I think I started, but I didn't finish.
That's a big book.
I also get bored really easily, so, I'll tell you what my favorite book is, and it's You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. That is my favorite book. Have you read that one?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
So, I'm
I'll add it to
really
my list right now.
yeah, like I said, I feel very busy, so for me to make time to read, it's gotta really keep my attention because I also have ADD, so I'm very, like, all over the place, and, Jen Sincero, her style of writing is very I she's very hilarious, which I really resonate with and I love, and that's one that I really look forward to, and I have it on podcast too, or on audiobook, and that book literally, it got me through a really, really rough time, and now whenever I'm in need of, like, a little pick me up or I'm having a rough day or whatever, I'll just put that podcast on and I'll start it over,
Mm.
so it's great. I highly recommend it, and, it's a good one for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question because
Yeah,
yeah, I've been listening to books quite a bit lately. I haven't necessarily been reading them as long as it's for school, then I'll read it.
yeah,
But
right.
yeah, I'm an audiobook connoisseur. I just got
Mhm,
Will, that was a good book. The Art of Public Speaking.
mm,
I listened to that one. I listened to a book by Anthony Trucks, Identity Shift. That's a really, really, really good book. He was
mm.
actually on the show not too long ago. What else have I read? I don't. Yeah, my favorite though is "Can't Hurt Me" by David Goggins. That
Can't hurt
is,
me.
yeah. Talk about a badass. Like that is a really, really, really good book. So good that we had one of my favorite characters, Bill Brown. He was on the show. I think that was probably about 3 or 4 shows, but he was a character in the book. It was so good that I'm like, man, I got to figure out a way to talk to this guy and learn more about him. So I had him come on the podcast.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
perfect.
such a good book. But yeah,
Nice.
I just wanted to close by again telling you I definitely appreciate what you're doing, and I think that it's important for us to have different avenues to develop a positive mindset because I
Mm,
definitely believe if you have a fixed mindset, your life is going to be fixed and it's gonna be just like you're living in a room with a certain temperature. The weather
mm,
turns all the time. The weather is changing, but if you're sitting in a room with the temperature that's always on 80 degrees, you're going to be in trouble because the seasons will change. So, yeah, just thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for uh, gracing the viewers and the listeners. This has definitely been amazing. And
aw.
my last question for you, very last question. I'm like one of those drunk uncles that you drunk uncles you
I
see.
love it.
They, they come
I
in
could
your
talk
house.
for days, so it's
Yeah.
all good. Yeah, let's just yeah.
Where they're like, come back, come back. They're like, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
see you later.
yeah.
We'll talk to you later.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, by the way, you want something to eat, baby? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But, what when it's all said and done, right? And
Mm,
Um, we're talking about like eulogy type stuff. We're talking about the people that's in your life, your family, your friends, your loved ones. Jordan is gone. What is the that thing or list of items that you would want everybody to know about Jordan Wentz's legacy?
Mm. Well, I don't think it's necessarily what I want them to know about me. It's what I want them to know about themselves.
Mm,
And I hope that that is something that I have helped them discover through, being around them and holding up that mirror for who they are and encouraging them and challenging them when they need it. And yeah, just that they have a deeper understanding of themselves and that there are certain things in them that remind them of me. Does that make sense?
that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, man, a little watery. I love it. I love it. You're living to serve others in life
Mm,
and in death. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you coming on the show.
mm. Tony, thank you so much. This has been incredible. I love what you're doing too, and just such amazing work. And I appreciate like so much that you've had me. This has been such a joy. So thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. Uh,
Yeah.
until next time, a new episode drops. Leaders Lead the Podcast every stinking Monday, 12 p.m. PST. Whew, that was great. If you enjoyed this podcast, well, I'm sure you enjoyed it. If you're still here with us, what I want you to do is head over to your favorite podcast and streaming network and give us a download, subscribe to the channel, and also let us know what you think about the show. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for the things that you've done. Thank you for the things that you're doing. And especially thank you for the things that you're going to do, because I know that you're going to do something amazing.